What's up, motherfuckers? Last week, I made a video covering the worst response video I think I've ever seen since Colleen Bollinger's response video to her allegations of interacting with minors in a very no big bad way. Now, luckily, the response video in question was not about PDF file accusations. However, it is a really pathetic response video that I couldn't help but cover. And in the past week, the situation has only gotten worse as a surprise to absolutely fucking no one. Now, if you are not familiar with the beef between Oriental Pearl and Abroad in Japan, I'll bring you up to terms with it, but if you want the nitty-gritty, just watch my previous video on it. It will be in the description below. Now for what happened in a nutshell. Oriental Pearl uploaded a video called What is Happening to Japan, where she basically decried the end of Japan because there's a bit of graffiti in Tokyo, and illegally parked bikes, and there's a couple homeless people. Yep, the entirety of Japan is cooked because of some fucking graffiti and illegally parked bikes and homeless people. Like, the entire country's cooked. The entire country's cooked. Her words, not mine. Anyways, this brought a lot of anti-foreign sentiment because many people are racist nowadays and thought that because of the fact that there's a lot of foreigners in Japan now, that this problem exists, even though this problem has always existed, even before there was a mass influx of foreigners into Japan. In fact, the problem was actually worse 30 years ago. Back in the 90s, it was actually way worse. So it's actually gone down. The problem has actually been less frequent nowadays than it was in the past. So it's already extremely misleading. So Abroad in Japan, another popular Japanese content YouTuber, decided, hey, this is a problem. I don't like the sensationalist content. I'm going to respond to this. And then Oriental Pearl made a response to Abroad in Japan's response, where she basically whined and bitched about Abroad in Japan's response as being attackative and malicious, even though it was in no way attackative or malicious. So she was basically playing the victim, not taking any accountability for her misleading shit, and that was the entire situation a week ago. Now it has only gotten worse because new information has just dropped that shows just how much more pathetic Oriental Pearl is. But just a couple hours ago, at the time I'm filming this on Thursday, Abroad in Japan made a video responding to the whole beef. And he brought about a bunch of points that, honestly, I wish I had made, because these were things that I didn't even know prior. And what Abroad in Japan brought to the table, brought to the fucking judge, was not only showing of how fucking pathetic Oriental Pearl is, but also how fucking absurdly hypocritical she is. So let's just watch his video real quick and show you what I mean.
But actually, this street where the thumbnail's taken is somewhere I walk down once or twice a week in Nakameguro. One of my favourite coffee shops is just around the corner, and in fact, this video I made earlier in the year was filmed on the same street, albeit at a different angle, not showing the abandoned house. And when I went to take the thumbnail for my video, I quickly noticed a few interesting differences between my original ungraded photos and the thumbnail of her video. It is a rather fascinating game of spot the difference.
Yeah, so she made the thumbnail look worse than it actually was. So she wasn't even documenting reality. So any, argument of hers saying that she's documenting the reality of Japan is just completely thrown out of the window, because now we have proof that she literally edited the thumbnail to make it so there's more graffiti everywhere than there actually was.
A few years ago, a friend showed me a clip of a video in which the same person walked through an economically deprived part of Tokyo filming homeless people.
Oh my gosh, this is a rough area.
Under the guise of showing the real Japan, filming the most vulnerable people in society and posting it online. Like, I've had Japanese friends tell me this sort of stuff makes them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so she's literally exploited homeless people for content. Like, if that isn't the most douchebaggy fucking shit I've ever heard, I don't know what is. And as a shock to absolutely no one, she's only added more to the fire. So let's read some of her statements that she's made. I think it's not right for Chris to make a post criticizing my video for something I didn't say, then put no link to my original video for people to make their own judgment. Decrying the end of Japan was not anything I said or even close to that in the video content, title, thumbnail, etc. What the fuck do you mean you weren't decrying the end of Japan? Look at your thumbnail. Look at your title. Look at the fucking description. If that isn't decrying the end of Japan, I don't know what the fuck is. Like, do you take me out to be a fucking dumbass? Do you think I'm fucking stupid? You think I'm a moron? You think I'm a fucking imbecile? Like, what do you take me out to be? Of course you decried the end of Japan, you fucking troglodyte. Chris is not open to talking or making amends, which I think is unfortunate. Yeah, probably because you called him a cunt.
Chris, you're being a cunt. Stop that. Stop. There's enough Japan to go around. Okay, maybe now we really won't be friends, because I said that.
Yeah, so maybe you shouldn't have said it? Just a little thought. But if you thought that was bad, just wait until you fucking see some of the shit she's been posting. Oh my god, is it fucking cringeworthy. Let's go through some of the most unhinged and most fucking, like, delusional fucking shit I think I've ever seen in my life. Here's a recent Japanese news report about the graffiti problems in the areas I covered in my recent video. The increase in graffiti has been bothering Japanese residents and businesses. But hey, do keep in mind that I am a Russian spy sent over by China proclaiming this is the end of Japan? Said fucking nobody ever! Like, what the fuck do you mean? Who the hell said this shit? This next post is a fucking doozy. Since you guys are onto me about being a Russian spy sent to Japan to destroy its reputation, again, said fucking nobody ever, I might as well confess my identity. It was me that did all the graffiti you keep seeing on the news in Tokyo and across Japan. I did it all. I know she's joking here, but like, when the fuck did anyone claim this shit? Like, when the fuck did anyone ever accuse her of doing any of the graffiti? And who the hell, like, accused her of being a Russian spy sent by China? And just so you wait, it gets worse. If you have a problem with it, I have the North Korean leader on call to press the red button. Now you know why I take Korean classes in Japan. I'm fluent enough at Korean now to tell him to press the button if Chris Broad continues on. I never said Japan is over, but it will be after this YouTube war. How the fuck does one even think of this shit? Like, I know she's joking, but like, holy shit. Fucking nobody said this. Only you said it. So yeah, that's it. The whole situation got like almost 10 times worse. Well, I can't even consider it worse. It was like more like fucking stupider than anything. But yeah, that's what I wanted to yap about today. That's it. See you later.